هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر أمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أيها المؤمنون الكرام، إن من أكبر الحقوق وأوجبها على المسلم حق الوالدين، ولهذا قرنه سبحانه بحقه كما قال: واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا. بل أوصاه جل جلاله بإحسان إليهما وصحبتهما بالمعروف ولو كان كافرين ولكن لا يطيعهما في معصية الله والإشراك به، كما قال تعالى: ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حملته أمه وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين أن اشكر لي ولوالديك إلي المصير وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك به ما ليس لك به علم فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا. وكان من صفات الأنبياء عليهم السلام التي مدحهم الله بها ببر الوالدين، كما قال عن يحيى عليه السلام: وبرا بوالديه ولم يكن جبارا عصيا. وقال سبحانه وتعالى عن عيسى بن مريم: وبرا بوالدتي ولم يجعلني جبارا شقيا. My respected brothers and sisters, one thing that you'll find that many of us are belittling, we are taking it very lightly, and this is none other but the word respect. We are letting go of those beautiful qualities that once we've learned from our forefathers. The word respect is going away, is diminishing by time. The one who has learned respect, for him, he's letting go of those beautiful qualities. My brothers and sisters, let's go back. When the news has come that you will be born, when the news has come that you will be born, that your mothers, they went through something called the pregnancy test. Back in the days, probably wasn't there. And they realized that you are yet to be born. Many things happen in their lives. My brothers and sisters, they went through a lot of emotional distress with a lot of happiness at the same time. My brothers and sisters, what happened with them is that your father went through his alone time. You know, he's going to have another child to look after. For those, his mothers had to raise them alone. Then she had to go through a more difficult moment of her life. She had to think every single day went by. She had to think about this thing of her, the fact that my son or my daughter are going to be born. For this reason, Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says, and we have commanded people to honor the parents. Their mothers bore them through hardship upon hardship, and the weaning takes 2 years. So be grateful to me and your parents. To me is the final return. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He uses the word wahnan ala wahan. Wahnan ala wahan, meaning that difficulty that they went through in their belly. You know, when you're in your belly, you used to kick your mom. You know, we all kicked. We all were struggling. You know, we grew, as the baby, as us, we were growing in the belly of the womb of our mothers. It was becoming more painful. You know, the organs, it becomes tightened. You know, many months went by before you were born. It becomes tightened. You know, they found it hard to breathe. The appetite went away. They started vomiting. When you were born, they went through something called postnatal depression, that it just comes. Many women, Allahumma barik, they didn't have it. But many of our mothers, they went through it. It's a very difficult moment. Wahnan ala wahan. And then you were born, subhanallah. Your whole attention is needed to the mother. Your whole attention goes to the mother. Your mom's freedom has went away. The time that she enjoyed being alone, going to her parents, going and chilling at her friends, it went away. You became the vocal point of her life. وهنا على وهن وفصاله في عامين. 2 years. 2 years. You are inclined towards your mother's chest and drinking from her milk. Yes, that son now grows up. It doesn't finish. He's growing up. Those who have children who are young, you'll realize as they're growing up, now more problem comes along. It's more about him being protected. He does things. He annoys the mother. We all went through that. He goes to primary school. He's stressing his mom out. It doesn't finish. Now he grows up. Now the mother is worrying about his career. Now the mother is stressing about that young man's career. If my son will be able to make it and to make his end meet. My brothers and sisters, it doesn't finish. Now my son grows up. Will my son be able to get married to a good woman? All this stress your mom goes through. But yet, he turns his face and says hurtful words to his mother. This is the situation that we have come into. This is the situation that we have come to. My brothers and sisters, you'll realize one thing, Jalla wa Ala, he mentions after worshipping him, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُ إِلَّا إِيَّهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, that he has decreed that you worship him, none but him alone, and then you respect your parents. You may be thinking, well, I respect my parents, I'm always doing it. Yes, but the thing is, many of us, we go into the situation of ghafla. We become ignorant of their feelings. How many times have we ever went up to a mother and said, Mom, do you want something? Do you want to go somewhere? Do you want to eat something? Shall my wife cook for you something nice? What is that you really want, Mom? Tell me. You've given me everything. When I had nothing, you have given me everything. And then you're not bothered to go and visit your mom. You're not bothered to go and ask your mom, do you want something? And for those whose mother is not alive today, they don't raise their hands up anymore. They don't raise their hands up and ask dua to Allah Azza wa Jal to forgive their sins. They left visiting their graves. They don't want to go to their graves anymore, thinking, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. Mom was there a long time ago. She done her time and she passed away. A'udhu billah. The biggest asset they have left behind was your mom and dad, was you, was your siblings, was your sibling, was you. They have left behind. They made effort for you. But those whose mothers who are elderly, who are reaching a certain age, then they are more in need of you. My brothers and sisters, they may be shy. They may be shy and they may not ask you. Do you know what? They're not going to ask you, do you know what I mean? Let me not go to him. It's going to be difficult on him. Let me not ask him. That's what they will say. But what you do, وَخْفِضْ جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ, you go down, you humble yourself down. You touch her hands, you give her a hug, and you say, Mom, is everything okay? This is us, our Islam, which teaches us. This is how the Salafus Salih has lived their life. You'll realize the most successful man in this face of the earth, you ask him how was his relationship, even of a non-Muslim, you realize how he came with all this wealth. It's because of the barakah of him living and serving his mother. My respected brothers and sisters, respecting mothers and fathers also. Fathers also is not something that is sunnah. It is not something of the nawafil. It is not something of the mubah act. Rather, it is farda ayn. Do you understand what farda ayn means? Farda ayn means like salah, like siyam, like hajj. Like, all this kind of obligation. This is how the high ranking of respecting parents really means. My brothers and sisters, you'll realize at such a time when the decline of family among our new generation, there's a big decline going on among our young generation, where the Western lifestyle is taking over our young youth. We need to remind our children. We need to walk the talk. We need to walk the talk among our young children, how you respect your parents. Because the way you are going to be your parents, same way your children going to be doing it to you. Exactly. Yes. Raddul fi'l. It's going to happen to you. The way you are with your parents, same way your children going to be the way you are with your own parents. For this reason, when you have your children, when you have your nieces or nephews, when you're around your mothers, you have to respect them. You have to show them the way. You have to hug them next to your children. You have to show them love and compassion next to your children, and not shy away. And not shy away, because they will learn it from you. They will learn it from you. You'll realize that the children who are very affectionate towards the mothers are actually because their own mothers are very much affectionate towards their own mom. The children, my brothers, they're very narcissists. They don't know much. It's either yes or a no. When they see you being good to your parents, they will do the same thing towards you. Am I not saying right or wrong? Yes. When you are showing that love and affection towards your own parents, then the child will be following and will show the same love and affection towards you. My respected brothers and sisters, it was said in the hadith of Abu Umama, Astaghfirullah li wa lakum wa sa'iril muslimina min kulli dhanb innahu huwal barrur rahim. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. It has been narrated by Abu Umama radiallahu anh that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it was asked to him, what rights can parents demand from the children? He said, they are your paradise or your hell. They are your paradise or your hell. Simple as, full stop, period, finished. Either your parents are your Jannah or your Jahannam. The last thing you want to do is for them to live a remaining life of feeling hurt. Because my brothers and sisters, this is happening right in our society. The decline of our Muslim communities making our parents go and live in old people's home. Brothers, as we speak, it is happening. You know, brothers are arguing one another. Siblings are arguing. The siblings are taking the opinion of their wives. A'udhu billah. The brothers, the very house that they were raised in, they are arguing with one another. A lot of problem is taking place in our Muslim community, here or probably abroad. But what's happening is they don't want to take and look after their mother anymore because the wives are telling them not to. They are not agreeing to this anymore. They're having to choose between their mother or their wife. Their wife is playing the game, the victim game. Oh, I didn't sign up for this. The marriage that took place 15, 20 years ago, the very children that they have raised, she comes back and said, you know what, I don't want to look after your mother. A'udhu billah. Many ulama have come to this situation. Many ulama have answered this question, that they said that if your mother is living alone, there's no one to look after them. If there's no one to look after them, it's only you, then it becomes wajaba alayk. It becomes wajib upon you to look after your mother, despite your wife may say no. Despite your wife may say no, it is upon you to look after your mother. You have to take your mom. وَاخْفِضْ جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ. You have to take them and you have to look after them. My brothers and sisters, wives, you can divorce them, but mother, you never can divorce them. Remember this. Wives, you can divorce them. Not that I'm saying for you to divorce them. A'udhu billah. Be careful. But with mother, you never can let them go. With mothers, you never can let them go. Billahi alayk. Because with mothers, it needs a special attention. With mothers, you need special attention. That is love and compassion. My brothers and sisters, when the last thing you want to do, the last thing that you want to do is before the end, before before the end period of their life, for them to feel upset, because of you, because they lived a very lonely life. You know, your dad passed away, mother was alone, or sometimes even the father. In our community, many fathers, they live alone. I don't know much about this area, but you come to East London, you come to Tower Hamlets, where I'm from, you realize that many fathers, they live alone. Yes, they may get support, but they don't have many people around. They're living very lonely. Loneliness is a very big killer. It's a situation that they feel neglected. They feel the whole world has left them, whilst they have children. Those who have mother and father, billahi alayk, after Salatul Jum'ah, give them a call. For those mother and father who have left this dunya, then billahi alayk, go and visit them. Go and visit them. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when how his wife, how his mother, how his mother passed away. She wanted to visit her husband again, the father of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In that journey, she became so ill, and then that's how she died. That's how she died. She had that longing of going and visiting. And I know of a good friend of mine. His father passed away in another country. The mother hasn't left that country yet. Just to feel close to the grave of her husband, she hasn't left yet. We've been encouraging him to tell his mom to come back to the country. She says, no, that's my husband, I'm gonna have to be there. This emotional attachment. Brothers, this is how it should be. The emotional attachment carries on, despite they're here or not. If they are here, if they are still in this dunya, then it is upon you to look after them and be there for them. Because this is fard ayn, my brothers. It's not something as sunnah. My brothers and sisters, when Umar, when Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu an, when he was serving his mother, now Ibn Mas'ud, famous Sahabi, when he went to give water to his mother, when he gave water to his mother, he saw his mother sleeping. Now look at this respect. He saw his mom sleeping. He didn't leave his mother's house. He stood right beside his mother until morning. Until morning. When she woke up, she saw her son in front of her. Then he gave the water, then he left. He stood the whole night waiting for his mother, because in case, his mother wakes up and doesn't find the warm water, for wudu or for drinking, for whatever, he kept standing right next to his mother. He kept standing right next to his mother, and he gave the water. This is Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu an. Same way, many of our sons, what we do today is Allahumma barik. May Allah bless you all. That we take them for Umrah, we take them for Hajj. We pay them to go back home. We pay them, we give them money, we give them that love. Billahi alayk, don't get disheartened by this. Carry on doing it. You may be thinking, where am I going with all this? But don't stop. Carry on. Because your Jannah will be lying there. You may not see the reward now. You may be seeing your empties getting, your bank balance getting low. But no, billahi alayk, every single £1, every single penny that you give, every single dollars or sterling that you're giving to your parents today, they will remember it. They will remember this. And also, when you serve your parents, you gain a sense of fulfillment, right? You gain a sense of happiness. So those who are going through difficulty in their life, then see how your relationship with the parents. Those who are going through difficulty in their life, go and tell your mother, Mom, make dua for me. Because the dua of the mother is answered. The dua of the mother is answered. So don't ever neglect your parents. You're going through difficulty, call your mom. Call your mom. If you're going through difficulty, then speak to them humbly. And billahi alayk, for those wives, for those brothers whose wives are giving them difficulty, then fear Allah Azza wa Jal. Fear Allah, my brothers. Don't let your wife manipulate you. Haram alayk. Don't let your wife manipulate you. Advise her. Talk to her. Don't let your wife be the reason you're not going visiting your mom. Don't let her be the reason for you not to be good to your parents. This is none of her business. This is none of her business. This is your business. Another thing, don't force your wife to go and serve your mother. Don't do that. Tell your mom to tell you. You go and give her that tea. You go and give her that money. You go and make her that food. Don't force her. But tell your wife that, listen, honey, look, if you're good to my mom, I like it. It's very attractive. It's nice. I love it. Can you not do it for me? You serving my mom is a very beautiful thing. You advise them. Many brothers who are not married yet probably are yet to experience this. Well, that's a very alarming situation where they get stuck in those kind of, nitty-gritty things, where they don't know how to balance their emotions. They feel as if they're so invested in the wife's emotional well-being that they're forgetting their mother's, their father's emotional well-being. And upon you is to keep in contact with the fathers as well. Respect of the father never can go away. Yes, I'm talking a lot about the mothers, but the father is also equal. The father is also equal. Before I finish this speech, my brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, as they were raising you up, yes, they had shortcomings. They probably hurt your feelings as well. Many of your parents probably was very strong and staunch with you lot. They were probably very staunch. They were very hard on you. It's understandable. Who didn't go through a hard time? It could be you having resentment towards your parents. It happens. Because this is what I deal with every single day with men. They have resentment with parents, with the fathers. He done this to me. He done this to my mom. A lot of ego, a lot of anger, a lot of distress follows on because of how your fathers were with you. But billahi alayk, that time has passed. That time has passed. Where you are now because of your parents. Where you are now because of your mother, because of your fathers. So forgive them. Take some time out. Recite the verses of respecting parents. Recite it. A lot of contemplation. And then raise your hand and forgive them. Forgive yourself. Forgive your parents. Because your Jannah lies in the feet of your mother. صلوا على بشير النذير يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم إنا نسألك بأن لك الحمد لا إله إلا أنت المنان بديع السماوات والأرض ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم باعد بيننا وبين الخطايانا كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب اللهم نقنا من خطايانا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس اللهم اغسلنا من خطايانا بالثلج والماء والبرد اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار ثبت قلوبنا على دينك يا مصرف القلوب صرف قلوبنا إلى طاعتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم انصر المجاهدين في كل بلاد المسلمين اللهم أيد الأقصى اللهم فك أسرهم في فلسطين وفي الإسرائيل وفي كل دولة المسلمين وغير المسلمين يا أكرم الأكرمين إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي